Keep going up strong. That was good. You got to get the AM1. They're going to call it. I know she can't. I got you. Yeah.
Credit to Angel Reese, who has mastered the whisper game.
She knows where the mics are at. She knows how to cover.
Angel Reese had a standout performance in the new 3-on-3 league Unrivaled, facing off against Neferclaya and the undefeated Lunar Owls basketball club. Reese delivered a game that lived up to all the hype, recording 22 points, 21 rebounds, and leading her Rose basketball club to victory. For once, it seemed like she let her game do all the talking. No unnecessary antics, no drama, just pure basketball. For a brief moment, it looked like she might claim the win with a newfound sense of grace.
But she's had a couple of big back-to-back games. I think this is her best professional game. And I came on here getting ready to prepare for this video, getting ready to praise her for all of that. And then I got to looking at the aftermath of the game. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
That didn't last long. This is Angel Reese we're talking about. Who are we kidding, right? Just when it seemed like she was ready to bask in the victory and move on, she switched gears from basketball star to WWE villain, taunting the opposing fans as if she had a personal vendetta with the entire city. 3, and the second the fans gave it back to her, suddenly she was the victim. Angel Reese had one of the strangest nights of her career. She played like a star, no doubt about it. She showed she belonged in the spotlight, proving her skills weren't just about the theatrics. But right when she had the perfect chance to leave the court with a win and some newfound respect, she managed to throw it all away. Instead of soaking in the victory, she grabbed the mic and launched into yet another emotional monologue about how tough her life is, how much hate she gets, and how everything seems so unfair for her.
To keep going, it's hard. Like, it is hard. To live my life isn't easy. And I don't want to get emotional, but like, that's why I put the work in every day. Cause like, there are little girls that look up to me. There are the college girls that look up to me. And just being able to be inspiration every day. So that's why I just try to keep going through all the negativity. At 22, it's hard living this life, but I'm grateful. I'm blessed. And I'm lucky to be around this group, and being here at Unrivaled has just been the best thing for me.
Oh, wait a minute. Isn't this the same Angel Reese who proudly calls herself the villain? The one who says she thrives off negativity and embraces the hate. Yet here she was, acting like she's being unfairly targeted, as if she wasn't the same person who was just flexing on the fans moments earlier. So which is it? Are you the fearless, unapologetic bad guy, or are you the misunderstood victim who just wants a little sympathy? Because you can't have it both ways.
Just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on and be that for my teammates. And if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. And I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this.
Then there's the interaction. Reese couldn't just take her victory lap and keep it moving. No, she had to go out of her way to trash talk the opposing fans, flexing and taunting like she just won a championship. Now trash talk is part of the game, and nobody's denying that. But if you're going to dish it out, you better be ready to take it when it comes back your way. And that's exactly where Reese falls short. She loves throwing shots, but the second someone fires back, it turns into a sob story. Suddenly the world's against her. She doesn't get enough credit, and the criticism is unfair.
But Angel Reese, like I said, multiple phases. We have the good phase. Played a great game. We have the bad phase. Got in her coach's face over a challenge that they eventually lost, and she looked crazy just screaming at Noah Henry, blah, 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 blah.
And I know this is her haters' biggest fear, was looking like one of the best players in the W in the world tonight.
Let's break this down logically. If you spend your entire career branding yourself as the tough, unshakable villain who thrives on criticism, why are you always on the mic talking about how hard things are for you? That's like a boxer stepping into the ring, throwing the first punch, and then complaining when they get hit back. If you're going to act like the biggest personality in the room, you have to own it fully. Don't switch narratives the moment things don't go your way. You can't claim to love the heat and then cry foul when it gets too hot.
The Lunar Owls win games. Like, they just, when they're doing well, they just shout out hooty hoo. And Angel Reese, after beating the Lunar Owls, comes off like doing their like almost like celebrating, making fun of them. And look, it's on brand for Angel Reese. Like this is like, look, this is on brand for Angel Reese. Like that's what she did. That is what she did. And look, I don't have an issue with it. And I actually don't. Like, I think you can celebrate and win sports in however you want. And the thing is, like, sports reward big characters. And as you can love Angel Reese or hate Angel Reese, but you have some feeling about it.
She could have just taken the win and walked away with some respect. She had a great game, was the best player on the floor, and for once, the headlines could have been about her actual performance. That's not how Angel Reese operates. She doesn't just want to win, she needs to make everything about her. The drama, the controversy, the attention, it's all part of her brand, even if it ends up overshadowing her best moments.
Let's just get right into it, shall we?
She's got 20 and 20 tonight. An offensive foul. And that would be her sixth. And she's trying to convince her head coach to challenge.
Yes, that's Angel Reese screaming, and that's her head coach that you can audibly hear saying, calm down. Calm.
And let's be real, if another player pulled the same stunt, the backlash would be brutal. Imagine Caitlin Clark, Nifa Clyer, or Brianna Stewart giving a post-game speech about how tough their life is right after taunting the crowd. They'd be roasted for days. But Reese, she expects to play both roles, the toughest nails trash talker and the fragile, misunderstood hero at the same time. Sorry, but it doesn't work like that. You can't clown opposing fans in one breath and then ask for sympathy in the next. That's not confidence, that's hypocrisy. At some point, Reese is going to have to decide who she really is. If she wants to be the villain, fine, embrace it. But villains don't beg for sympathy. And if she wants to be a beloved, respected leader, then she needs to stop making everything about controversy and actually let her game do the talking. Because right now, all she's proving is that no matter how well she plays, she's still more invested in being a headline than being a winner.
Angel Reese, you turned this into a circus? A clown show. Like, I mean, absolutely no class at all. Zero class. Class right out the window. And then had the nerve to speak about being a role model? No, I don't want my daughter acting anything like
Angel Reese isn't criticized because she's passionate or because she talks trash. Legends have done that and been celebrated for it. The real issue is that she doesn't keep the same energy when things don't go her way. When she's winning, she's the queen of the court, flexing, taunting, and letting everyone know she's that girl. But when she loses, suddenly, she's the victim. The media's out to get her. The world's unfair. The critics are too harsh. You can't play both sides. If she really wanted to shut down the doubters, she'd just let her game speak for itself. Put up numbers, win games, and move on. Instead, every game turns into another episode of the Angel Reese show, where she's both the star and the misunderstood hero. And let's be honest, she wouldn't have it any other way.
Like, it's been hard for me, but adjusting and just kind of have that mindset of like just moving on has been something I try to give myself a little bit of grace.
She has talent, no question. She can rebound like few others. But the problem is, she can't seem to just take a win and leave it at that. Every moment has to be bigger than basketball. That's why no matter how well she plays, there's always something extra. Another unnecessary spectacle that overshadows her actual performance. It's the reason people don't take her seriously. She thrives on the attention, but then complains about it in the same breath. And that's why every time she makes headlines, people are more focused on what she said than how she played.
I don't really get to speak out on things just because I just try to ignore, and I just try to stand strong. Like, I've been through so much. I've seen so much.
11 minute, Reese wants to be the villain. She leans into it, embraces the booze, and tells the world she feeds off negativity. But then, the moment she doesn't get the praise she thinks she deserves, she flips the script and starts talking about how she's unappreciated. Just recently, she dropped the "I changed basketball" line. Oh, really? Because last time we checked, she was the same one who said, "Hating pays my bills." So which is it? You want to be the bad guy or the beloved icon? Right now, she's looking like a WWE character with an identity crisis. 1 second, she's taunting Caitlin Clark and waving her hand in opponents' faces. Next, she's on a sympathy tour, acting like she's the most underappreciated star in women's basketball.